fight like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our Prime Minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. We Simon Tepa we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our Prime Minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Freedom now before it's too late. In unity we go they strive. Fight for freedom, we go alive. With courage and strength we they fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Your children they cry. Finland free our Prime Minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, oh, I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall.
Go Biafra maka Biafra. We don't put our on into Simon Efa.
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Iso, Urhobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said, the path we are pursuing is a path of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house, or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight. Before, Southern Sudan fought a war for 30 years. 30. Our own was only 3 years. Only our 3 years only. Everybody ran away. Only 3 years. We don't want to build men that at the slightest sight of difficulty, they run away. We want to weed out all the chaffs. We need those that can sustain. Those who are relentless in the pursuit of our freedom until our freedom comes. No retreat and no surrender. How do you get them?
Buying and selling has put us into wait and take business in anything we want to do. Whatever that will take us time, we don't want it again.
Nobody wants
the problem for people.
You know your people, at the slightest sign of difficulty, because they are used to buying and selling, they will run away.
Somebody is telling me here, he doesn't want to even go back to that zoo safe or whatever.
Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots. You must understand this. The greatest task on this very earth is to get a black man to reason like a human being. The same way, it's just like trying to keep an Igbo man away from gossip. Hey, it's impossible now. Come on, for goodness sake. How can you keep an Igbo man away from gossip? Oh no, please, give me a break. Anywhere there is gossip, you find them there. Gossip, the gossip, is sweeter than honey for Igbo man. Gossip. Unverified rumors and gossip is like honey to them. That is how hard it is trying to remove feeding bottle from the mouth of a baby saboteur. Is as hard as trying to get a black man to reason properly.
Most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria, for that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It is happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why? We have decided that we design the solution that suits us. And that solution is that everything we do, since they make our country and our land very uncomfortable for us, we will bring our freedom from diaspora. And that's what we're doing today. So the enabling environment that was not created for us in Biafra land, the different countries where we reside have created an environment, and we are struggling to bring this kind of system back to our people for them to live like human beings. So we will always outsmart the terrorist state of Nigeria, where...
All right. So we are reading from the book of Obadiah, from chapter 1 from verse 10. He said, "For violence against your brother Jacob, for violence against your brother Jacob, shame shall cover you, and you shall be cut off forever." Are you all listening? Let me repeat it again. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10, say, "For violence against your brother Jacob, shame shall cover you, and you shall be cut off forever." All of you have seen the way the people who claim to be fighting for Biafra, you know that this is a special week we are, okay? What has happened today? Some of them, all the things they have done in the past, they have gone back to it and start taking glory. They are taking glory. After they wage violence against their own brother. Let me read from 11. In this one, go to Nigeria. "In the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that strangers carried captive his forces, when foreigners entered his gate and cast lot for Jerusalem, even you were as one of them." Hey! Are you people following? The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 11, say, "In the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that strangers, Fulani government and their politicians, strangers carried captive his forces, when strangers entered his gate, when strangers entered our land and cast lots for Jerusalem, even you, the people that claim they are fighting for Biafra, even you were one of them. Even you were one of the strangers. Even you were one of those who have come to carry the forces captive.
All of us Biafrans in the British cabinet, the Defense Homeland, the Biafran Liberation Forces, the Biafran Army, we have vowed in our life. We are going to continue this same call, this same place that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has. Nobody will stop that. I want to let Biafrans know that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has set all the structures in place for Biafra restoration from the beginning to the end. Only one under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who is following our Prime Minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out. So this moment is ordained to happen so that Biafrans will know who is who in this restoration process. So on that note, I welcome everyone. We have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. There's an adage that says, no matter how you try to leave them, to forgive them, to accept them, they will still come up with that same behavior. Because Nigerian government has a process of divide and conquer. They use people within to destroy what Biafrans are doing. We already know that, and that is why they are not going anywhere. That is why we stop them on their track. That is why we discover them anywhere they are, and we bring them down. That is what we will continue to do. No mercy. No mercy, because lives have been lost. People have died. Children have died. Innocent Biafrans have been murdered. They've spilled their blood. We are not joking. Anybody, any attorney, any lobbyist, you think we are joking in this restoration process? I pity you. Sorry will be your name.
Hey!
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this morning section of our program on David Herbert's channel. Wherever you are watching from, if you are watching from TikTok, I welcome you, I appreciate you, I thank you for being part of the program. If you are watching us from Facebook, I welcome you also, I thank you for being part of the program. And if you are watching me on David Herbert channel on YouTube, where I am hosting the program, I welcome you, I appreciate you, I thank you for being part of the program. My fellow Biafrans, I welcome every one of you today being Wednesday. For the sake of those who are joining us for the very first time and those who are going to come across our video for the very first time, this platform where you're watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, and under the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the order and command of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the COS interim, I welcome every one of you. In this very platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come to this platform to engage in saga or any form of propaganda. We do not come here to attack any race, tribe, or religion. What we do in this platform is to propagate the gospel of Biafra to the highest level. We come to this platform to encourage Biafrans across the world to continue to hold on to their legitimate rights, right to self-determination, right to self-defense, and right to life. We come here to encourage everyone that is genuinely seeking for freedom. It doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your location, it doesn't matter your tongue or your orientation. As long as you are genuinely seeking for freedom, we are here for you and we speak on same voice with you. My fellow Biafrans that are joining us, wherever you are joining, this morning section is always an interactive section, a section that we come together to interact, share views with one another. Please do use this opportunity to share your views with us. If you are with me here on David Herbert channel where I'm hosting the program, the link is on the comment section. Always try to make use of that link. Come in and express yourself. If you have an information to pass to us, a question to ask, contribution to make, feel free to come and do so. In this platform, the members of the cabinet of the United States of Biafra are here watching. The Secretary of Information is watching us. The Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi is also observing us. And I bet you the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is also observing this channel. So whatever information you pass through this very channel, it will get to the right source. You are going to get answers and response to everything you need to know. I appreciate every one of you. When you are joining us on stage, make sure you appear in a decent manner. We cannot admit you on the platform naked. You must know that the world is watching us. When you are speaking on our platform, please make sure you present your case in a very civil manner. Present your case in a civil manner so that the world can digest what you have to say. It is very important. It will be of no use for you to speak for hours, and at the end of the day, nobody understands what you're saying. So please do make sure you speak in a very civil manner, no matter how angry you are, no matter how dissatisfied you are, no matter the offense you feel that has committed against you, or maybe things are not working your own way. Just express yourself in a civil manner, and I bet you are going to get the response that you desire. And again, at the end of the day, we'll learn from each other. Nobody knows it all. I welcome every one of you once again. And as we always say, our message here is Biafra. Biafra is our religion. We are, first of all, Biafrans before we became whatever we are. So many of us are of different religions, so many of us are of different sections, so many of us are of different orientation and ideology. But at the end of the day, there is one thing that connects us together, that is Biafra. And Biafra makes us whom we are as brothers and sisters across the world. There is no permanent enemy and there is no permanent friend. Whatever you are doing as a Biafran, you must be very, very careful. We have understood that there are some people who are going against the restoration of Biafra knowingly, intentionally, and there are some who are going against the restoration of Biafra unintentionally. In their heart, they think they are doing the right thing. They think they are fighting for Biafra. But at the end of the day, they are being used as an instrument of delay. That is why it is always very important for you to think within yourself before you do anything you have to do. Because each and every one of us will be held responsible for our actions. I am not going to pay for your wrongdoing. You are not going to pay for mine. We must be very careful when we speak, when we act, because record is being kept. Some time ago on the last broadcast at the fundraising, the Deputy Prime Minister made it clear that the eyes of the government is in all the platforms, watching you, seeing you, and hearing what you have to say, either negative or positive. And at the end of the day, I bet you there will be consequence for every action you take or for whatever you do for or against Biafra. Ignorance is not an excuse. That is why you must be careful. The structure of the restoration of Biafra and the foundation have been led all the way from the supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That structure that he led is an amazing structure. You can only be able to figure out the structure when your heart is pure and clean. And you always have to know that it is not about you. It is about our collective interest, freedom. That structure led by our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every one of us keyed into it. At a point in time, some people felt that they cannot be able to work with that structure. They felt that they have a different way to do things. And at the absence of our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they did something different. And Chukwu Okike Abiama, being that he has a special love for us, the Biafrans, he gave us someone, the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa continued to build on the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and on that structure led down by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for our freedom. If you can remember, our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa asked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on one of the interviews in his channel and said, "Are you ready to do everything humanly possible to see that Biafra comes?" And he told our Supreme Leader, "Before you answer, I want to let you know that if you are ready to do everything possible to bring Biafra, I am ready to follow you to any level in anything that concerns the restoration of Biafra, that he'll be number one. And that if he's looking for 100 men, he should count him in as 50. It was not just only in words. He took action and he began to do things. In the presence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and in his absence, he did even more. So many of the structures we have today, the Biafran you're talking about today, the strength and the God the Biafrans still have to stand strong today is because of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. While we are pushing forward and moving forward, tragedy struck again. We know that our enemy will never rest. Pharaoh, you know how difficult it was for Pharaoh to let the Egyptians go? Pharaoh never allowed them to go. Even when he pronounced their freedom, he still pursued them and chased them to the Red Sea, where he met doom. We are still facing another Pharaoh in our own time, in this restoration of Biafra. They took away our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, restricted him from communicating with us, placed restriction on him, thinking that by restricting him, they are going to stop us. They never knew that what they did was to give birth to the lioness. And every one of us know the strength of the lioness when it comes to hunting. The lioness is a strong hunter. And then we get as many food as possible to feed the flocks. Today, the lioness is in charge, Dr. Ngozi and she is moving on the same speed that Mazi Simon Ekpa did move. On the same speed, not slowing down, not even for a minute. She is doing everything humanly possible to see that that legacy that comes all the way from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Mazi Simon Ekpa is kept. She is doing everything humanly possible to see that that oath that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took will be upheld until the last minute. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, it's either Biafra or that. It's either he gets Biafra or he will die fighting for Biafra. Mazi Simon Ekpa also made the same vow, and he said that instead of Biafra not to come, that he would turn to a beast. That if it will take him to go and shake the devil to make the Biafra come, that he will do so. That is where we are. And today, Dr. NgoziOrabueze is steering the ship, moving without distraction. Just like in the days of Mazi Simon Ekpa, where all the enemies took the attack and focused on him. All the enemies of Biafra inside and outside, they united together and they were all channeling their energy towards our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. The same thing is happening again today. Excuse me. The same thing is happening today. When you go to the social media today, you see the kind level of attack that they are pushing on the Deputy Prime Minister. But I want you to know that if you have nothing to offer, nobody's going to attack you. If you are not doing anything, or there's nothing in you, people are not going to. People only attack something that has value. That is what people attack. When you see people waging war against you, attacking you, know that there is something they have seen that they don't want to come up. That has always been the case. But we thank Chukwu Abiyama that the lioness who is in charge today is equal to the task. And she is doing everything humanly possible to see that we get to where we need to go. And it is our duty to support her the best way we can. We choose the topic today, which says the salvation of Biafra under United States of Biafra, with Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Ngozi taking the lead. Our salvation has come. It does not matter what the enemies are saying. It doesn't matter what they do. We must support this salvation. Nobody can do it on his own except we put our hands together and do what we have to do. The Biafrans are under attack. We have been under attack since 1945. But presently, it is more than ever. The genocide against the Biafran people have become open than before. And as Shora said in the video I played some time ago, that there is a conspiracy against us. There's a conspiracy that says that every human right abuse against the Biafran people is not a human right abuse. That the attack and the dehumanization and genocide against Biafrans is not human right abuse. That is what Nigerians believe. Not just Nigerians, that is the world conspiracy. That crimes against the Biafrans, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, is not seen as a human right abuse. as long as you focus your abuse and attack on the Igbo Biafrans, you are good to go. Anyone that comes and speak evil of the Igbo Biafrans, they are good to go. Nobody finds it offensive. This is a conspiracy. And this conspiracy, not just that show, they said Mazen Nanigan, if you remember, in last time we saw him in court, made the same statement. Let me see if I can be able to pull the video. Where Mazen Nanigan talked about that conspiracy. These are things we have been seeing.
So I was actually surprised that a high court have refused to obey or abide by the determination of a Supreme Court judgment.
And then take the only part that is against him and then refuse to apply the part that is in favor of him.
This cherry picking of what was contained in the Supreme Court judgment is what I'm against.
Yes, that's correct.
It should be implemented holistically.
Yes.
I'm not against facing any trial.
After
all, I'm innocent. They have not been against me. But there cannot be any trial when key sections of the Constitution and a key Supreme Court judgment has been violated by a court of law.
So you'll be patient for the case to go back and come back to the court?
This is my 4th year in solitary confinement in detention. The 5th year will not kill me.
Sorry, what if the case is also reassigned back to her? Will you still be comfortable?
It's not going to happen.
No, it won't happen.
It won't happen. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen that way at all.
Thank you very much.
These are the things that the public must understand. Most of you journalists, the legal correspondents, you don't take time to actually study some of these rulings and judgments.
That is the truth.
Go and study. In fact, I'll give you...
Bring that envelope. Bring the envelope.
You can imagine that those who call themselves journalists cannot even take their time to verify information, including the judgment of the courts. But it was Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who is in detention, that is providing them with evidence. And the court judgment that was passed, he is the one that is giving to them. These are people that call themselves journalists. We are still getting to where I want us to listen to.
Look at it here. Look at it here. Look at it.
I'll give it to her because I think she's a bit more...
Give her the Supreme Court judgment.
Can you hold this for me?
She can.
I want to let the whole world understand something. Very, very clear. In all this is judgment of the Supreme Court. It made it very clear that even that the impartiality of the judge is questionable. And is here. Where is it? Please do bear with me. It says it here.
I like
what is it, page? What is that again?
13.
Where it says
page 18.
all these things are online. Is it not page 18? All these things are online. So I suggest that the journalists in this country actually take out time to do some basic research.
They will not.
It's not difficult. Just minor research. You will understand the vacuousness, the emptiness of all the charges against me.
Okay.
They kept switching the charges. They said I committed this crime in England, isn't it?
Yes.
I made a broadcast in England.
Yes.
And in 9 charges leveled against me, this place where I committed this crime was London in the United Kingdom.
Yes.
When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it?
Yeah, based on that, they remove London.
Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London.
Location of the broadcast.
Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196?
174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022.
In violation of their own laws. Violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible.
Because
This is I think this is not the clip I'm looking for, but I am just trying to bring back to show you the injustice and inhuman treatment of the Biafrans that have been going on before the whole world. The conspiracy against the Biafrans. There was a place Mazen Nnamdi Kanu spoke about that conspiracy. That's what I'm looking for. The way the world has conspired against the Biafran people. And Showore confirmed that in his speech, where he said that the Nigerians are meant to believe that crimes against the Biafrans, more especially the Igbo Biafran, is not crime. It does not amount to human rights abuse. That crimes against Biafrans does not amount to human rights abuse. That was what Showore said. And I want to use that word of Mazen Nandekano to put it true and clear for people to understand. I'm looking for that very clip. That was a clip where Mazen Nandekano made that statement, and he made it very clear about the conspiracy against the Biafrans, that the world conspired.
In all this is judgment of the Supreme Court. It made it very clear that even that the impartiality of the judge is questionable. And it's here. Where is it? Please do bear with me. It says it here. What is the page? What is that again? Where it says
page 18.
All these things are online. Is it? No court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it?
Yeah, based on that, they removed London.
Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London.
Location of the broadcast.
Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196?
174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022.
In violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where all these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible. Of the Igbo people. This orchestrated, almost global of the Igbo people.
This is where I'm looking
this
for.
Orchestrated
this is where I'm
the
looking
Igbo
for. I want you to pay attention. When Mazen Nandekano spoke about this conspiracy, it is an international conspiracy. And Showore also confirmed it in that video that I played before, where he said there is a conspiracy in Nigeria, including internationally, that made them to feel that crimes against the Igbo people, crimes against the Biafran, does not amount to human rights abuse. And that is exactly what they believe. That is why they go out and they burn houses of Biafrans without any formal notification, without any offense committed. They arrest indiscriminately. They do not care. They take the life of people simply because they saw flag on you. They do anything they deem fit in Biafra land. Today, the youths in Biafra land are no longer coming home. Every one of them had deserted the Biafra land because of this global conspiracy against the Biafrans, more especially the Igbo Biafrans. I want you to hear Mazen Nandekano speak about that conspiracy. That is the area I wanted us to look into.
This orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. Thank you. Persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing. It's as simple as that. Almost global persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. Almost global persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. Thank you very much.
This is exactly the portion I was looking for when we talk about the global persecution. It is something that it is not hidden. Nigeria has legalized it and made it legal, and people see it as normal in Nigeria. People see it as normal in Nigeria. That is why I find it difficult to see somebody who is a Biafran, more especially the Igbo Biafran, supporting Nigeria against its own people. That is why I find it difficult to understand when a Biafran will come and tell me, why are you people talking about this Biafra? Why Biafra, Biafra, Biafra? If you say you're talking about Biafra, why are you people talking about Biafra? The global conspiracy is so much, and it has driven our youths away from home. It has driven our youth to criminality. It has driven our youth to insanity. It has driven our youth to many kinds of evil. Some of us are very quick in blaming these youths, but you forgot to think about the root cause of the destruction of the youths in Igbo land today. And I bet you, if we do not do anything, a time will come when you cannot identify any sensible person, a youth in Biafra land. It is very important that we take our mind back and begin to think of how to go back where we are coming from. So many of our youths have been dehumanized. So many of our youths have been destroyed. So many of our youths are facing one challenges or the other. And I want every one of us, wherever you are, to understand that the major problem we are facing today is something that every one of us must put our hand together to get out of it. Some of us do not know the level of the damage that Nigeria has done to us. Some of us do not understand the level of damage Nigeria has done to us. Nigeria has made our youths to believe that you cannot live right and make it. Nigerian system has made our youth to believe that you cannot be a clean person and you make money. They are making our people believe that hard work doesn't pay anymore. Nigeria is making our youth to believe that hard work doesn't pay. This is not who we are. If we had this kind of mentality, we would have not survived the Civil War. It was through the hard work that we were able to survive. Even when we were left with 20 pounds, we fought and worked hard and we came up. But today, Nigeria has made people, more especially I'm concerned about our own Biafran people, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, to believe that hard work doesn't pay anymore. That education is useless. You can imagine somebody who never entered a class for one day to finally come out with a flying color in exams. And his classmate that knows that this man never entered a class any day. You finally see him appearing and coming out with a certificate that is excellent. And before you know it, he becomes a governor. Before you know it, he becomes a commissioner. Before you know it, he becomes one minister or the other. And now the people that struggle to go to the education, to go to school, to all levels to study, they come out jobless. They are the people you come to the street, you find them riding Okada. They are the ones you come to the street, you find them riding Okada, you find them doing all kinds of menial jobs. Meanwhile, those who did not sincerely pass through school, who bought their certificates, are the ones you see in power. In a country where in every election you begin to see certificate forgeries. Certificate forgery is not a crime in Nigeria anymore. Up to the extent that a minister came out and began to say, who told you that we have social certificate? That they never claimed to have any certificate? But it is easy for them to go anywhere and buy certificate. And we have gone to the extent where a president entered into a school, entered as a woman and graduated as a man. Now you see the damage they are doing to our people. Many youths no longer believe that you can go to school, come out and become a human being. They never believe that hard work pays. That is why today you find our youths running from pillar to pole, and some of us don't know the danger we are facing. If you know the amount of Biafrans that are in prison outside the world, outside the walls of Nigeria, you will shed tears. If you know the number of Biafrans that are in prison outside Biafra land, you will shed tears. It's not because they wanted to commit a crime. It's not because they were born as criminals. But the country have left them with no choice. The country itself chased them away. Just like what you see happening in Biafra land today, where the military come and begin to take the life of innocent people. It's only a tree that will hear that you want to kill it and it will stand. In Biafra land today, people are running away. The youths are running away. Go to many villages. We are getting intels and updates. Any place you go, you see people flooding outside Biafra land. And when they get out, they must have to survive. They have to do something to survive. And they go to any length to do anything to find their feet. And in the process, many of them get into trouble. There is no country of the world where you will not see Biafrans in prison, suffering. Some of us have brothers and sisters who have left for abroad for many years. And you'll be wondering, why are they not home? Why haven't they come back? Some of us will even be angry that your brothers are abroad for so many years and they're not sending millions and billions to you. And you think it's easy. So many people that are living abroad, if they have the opportunity, if they have a peaceful environment, it is not about the money. They can come back home and even be a better people. But just like the video I played from Master Simon Eber, he said, it is not time to make millionaires. That is not what we are after now. What we are after now is not how to make you a millionaire or a billionaire. It is to save life. That is where we are today. How to save life. And the Prime Minister said, of what use is it going to be that after making you a millionaire or after making that money, you land in Nigeria, the next thing you lose your life? You see, that's why when you see people, when we are talking about freedom, some of them feel it doesn't concern them. You feel because your own brother has not been affected directly, it doesn't concern you. Oh, because you have left, you have run abroad and you took your family abroad and you're now safe. You don't care what happens. But one day you're going to step your foot in Nigeria. We saw the cry of a Yoruba woman, I think from Canada, who came back to Nigeria with her family. They were living in Canada peacefully, enjoying themselves. Probably when they were talking about Oduduwa, they would say, these people are making noise, they are disturbing, they should allow people to rest. But when they landed in Nigeria, that noise we are making, they now understood it. The woman was kidnapped with her husband and family, and they raped the husband, not just the wife. They raped the wife, raped the daughter, and raped the husband. And luckily for them, they survived. And they left back to Canada and swore never to step into Nigeria, not even in their death. They wrote a death wish that even when they die, nobody should bring their corpse to Nigeria. This is how bad it is. Some of us don't know how bad this issue is. That is when we are talking about this freedom, some people, it will enter here. And some of them, they look at us as jobless people. Oh, this guy that come every day, he comes online and make noise. I don't think he has something to do. Some of us do not know how serious the problem is. We are in a deep shit. That if nothing is done, if we don't do something, if something is not done, in time to come, it is going to be very, very bad. It might be difficult for you to see a sane person, even in Biafra land. They are chasing our youth away. Our youths no longer believe in education because after studying, there is no job for them. The Northerners who get admission into university with just only 30 mark or 50 mark. Why somebody from the Southeast will score 250 to get admission? At the end of the day, with all your study and all your knowledge, you come out, you won't have a job. But an Hausa man that was forced into school, even with salary, will come out with master class, even without attending the class. And he'll come out and become a senator, in your own office where you're working, you'll be working under him. And how do you explain to your child that your child scored 250, cannot get admission into university in Nigeria, but somebody did not score 50 and they give that person admission? They introduce a quota system to keep every one of us down. Nigeria destroyed the educational system to make sure everybody becomes on the same level dumb. Instead of setting a standard where people who are not growing will strive to grow and catch up, they leveled the education, they destroyed the education system entirely. They destroyed it through the quota system. A system where your child, how do you explain that to your child? Somebody from the southeastern region, how do you explain to your child that he or she scored 250 in JAM and yet cannot get admission? But her mate in school scored 50 and got admission, even in a federal school. How do you explain that? The destruction of the mentality of our people, there is so much that we have to be serious. If nothing is done, don't think because it is not you today, it will be you tomorrow. Those who are victims today, yesterday, they were victors. Those who were victors yesterday, day before yesterday, who were victims yesterday, day before yesterday, they were victors. And some of us who are victors today, tomorrow will be victims. You never know. Whether you are living abroad or you are living in Nigeria, it doesn't make any difference. Fight for your freedom. We saw a brother lived in Germany all his life, only to come to Nigeria. Going back to Germany, from his home to airport, he was murdered in cold blood. Not because he committed any crime, not because he did anything wrong, just because he's a Biafran. And some of us are turning blind eyes to these issues. You think it will not happen to you. Everybody is going to have their own share. And the earlier we wake up and do something, the better for all of us. My fellow Biafrans, the pursuit of freedom should be a selfless service. It should be something that every one of us should collectively focus on. That collective interest of every one of us, regardless who you are, what you think, or what you do, collective interest is freedom. That is where we are focusing. And be very careful the decisions you make and how you make your decision, because you might be fighting against your own freedom unknowingly. There are people who are doing that today unintentionally, standing against themselves, and they feel it is right. For every decision you take, there will be a consequence for it. Always know that. And don't say you took a decision because of what I said or what someone else have said. In everything you hear, apply your common sense to it. Make your own investigations on your own. Make verifications. Make research. Everything we are saying here is to help you make up your mind. The decision is yours. And whatever decision you take, you will be responsible for it. I welcome my fellow brothers who have joined me today on this program. I welcome my brother DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. Go ahead and speak to us. My brother DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, go ahead and speak to us. Let's hear from you if you are there. And
good morning.
My brother Chusky, I don't know why you are lying down today. I don't know why you are lying down today. You have to appear differently. I never see you appear in this manner. So when we are in the government platform, the whole world is watching us. It's better we appear in a better way.
Let me put my shirt, sir.
I'm
just like
okay. Go ahead, Akoyewate.
Good morning, Uncle Chooks.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning to my dear brother there, and good morning from my end to all Biafrans. Uncle Chooks, this morning, I'll be missing my language,
Okay,
I
go
want
ahead.
to speak to our Igbo brothers. Igbo. Ugboro atọ ka m kpọrọ nwaanyị afa. Gịnị na-eme anyị? Enwere onye rụọrọ anyị agwụ ka o nwere onye anyị mejọrọ? Because ihe na-eme anyị n'ụbọchị taa is like it's getting out of hand. It's seriously getting out of hand. Ọ dị nnọọ ka nke e mere jụọ oyi eme ọzọ. M ga-akpọ ya ikwu ihe. I will digress a bit. I will not speak. I will speak to your topic and as well speak to other things with reasons. Yesterday on our brother Kai report platform, he played one audio. If I speak finish, nkucha banyere that audio. I'm an under guy. Some people less so the man. I didn't make you not to promote the man. But as far as I tell about also one, we need information.
Yeah.
We need information to guide us, to make us understand the reason why the people that dedicate their time, that chose to talk about this struggle, the reason why they are talking about it. Because many people, many of them, we have selfish people, we have psychopaths. But let me just put it, be on the positive side. Many people, Are they a better option or better offer? To start with, where they are living, they are doing well because onye la-agba onye na-eri adoro, onye na-eji akwụkwọ nọ n'obodo oyibo, adịrọ m sure na ọ ya dị bold ikwu okwu nwere onwe. That's by the way. Now, in that report, the guy putara boldly, Igbo man. I don't know whether from Anambra or Imo. I don't just know. But from his intonation, it should be from Anambra. He said he's residing in Israel. He said many things. He indicted many people. Ebonyi State, to be precise. He said that he came to Nigeria, to Southeast and South, with some white journalists, that they toured the whole of South and the whole of Southeast. He spoke against Simon. He made mockery of Simon, that he's crying, he's doing this, he's doing that. He spoke to the people of Anambra that why are they foolish that they supported a Ebonyi State man to bring his brothers to come and be killing, kidnapping, and shedding blood. Now, Igbo. Ihe ike emekwala unu. Ọ ga-emekwa. Ihe ike ga-eme ndị Igbo. Because only the conversant with history, let's say history of Igbo people before the war and after the war. This was the same way, this was the same opinion, this was the same stand, this was the same ideology of the political bigwigs then. Ojukwu with some of his group, some of his believers at that time. Kaisi no budai no nimi apo. The likes of Nnamdi Azikiwe, to mention but a few, the likes of Ono, father of Bianco Ojukwu, Michael Okpara them, count but a few. But let me take the words of Nnamdi Azikiwe. Umunneya rebel. He never wanted to support Umunneya. He wrote petitions to UN, to Britain, to France. That you want to fight for the unity of a country. Up to today, Igbo, you have to prove yourself that you are Nigerian, you believe in Nigeria. People be like, "Father, la kowara onyo no kwesịrị kowara ma onyo kwesịrị kowa. La akpọ ma onyo tọrọ ma onye tọrọ my junior brother, my senior brother. N'obodo anyị kpụrụ nwa anyị na iso n'ime ya. Anyị were godo ọgwụgwụrụ onwe debela akụkụ. Anyị ka nọ ime d'obodo. Anyị na-use ego ha. Agbanyeghị la anyị na-ekwu our human right, self-determination. Agbanyeghị la anyị na-push for it, but anyị nọ n'ime ya. But n'obodo ahụ anyị nọ n'ime ya, ka ị approve a point, you have to prove some point to end that na ikwenye na obodo Igbo. Unu chetekwala ọkwụ na ka ndị ahụ ụmụnne anyị mgbe ahụ ọfụchi mgbe ahụ n'uso na, because all these people nọ na their 50s, 40s, they were the ones Nnamdi kpọrọ rebels, that they should be killed. You were among them. Maybe information is not as it is today. You did not get catched with the information, trending information. Few people with a radio. People have to go to another family to listen to radio, to listen to news. Remember that you are among those people, Nnamdi kpọrọ rebels, that Nigerian government, Nigerian forces should deal with. This Ojukwu like internal leader. Oko na nwa ndị dịka this our brother here, Simon Nnamdi, lekwu ka ha lekwu Ojukwu lekwu that time. Ka munu ya agba ha jali okwu, ka munu ya akwụnyere ha. Unapụta kpọọ ha aja for money, because they say you have to give dog a bad name for you to hang the dog. Unapụta kpọọ ha afa. Unu makwara ha ihe, makwara ha ebe unu si emejọ. Ihe ike ga-emekwa unu. Onye ara pụtarala ọma ahịa, were okwute maala ime ahịa, si na ọ bụ onye iro ya ka ya ga-atụ ya n'isi. Little did he know na ọ bụ isi mama ya ka ọ na-eji ịda. Mgbe ịla atụkwara mmadụ ofu aka, chetekwala aka ndị ọzọ lala sitere gị azụ. Nwoke mụpụtarala ekwu okwu na ha ka akparala Simon. Ọkwa unu sịrịla Simon abụghị onye Igbo. N'ọsị na ya bụrụ onye Igbo na ya kwuo ebe o si. Ọsụnụ na ya bụ onye Igbo na ya si n'Ebonyi steeti. Na sị kpọọ afa nna ya. Ọkwa unu pụtakwara kịta aka ji ya sị na unu gwara ndị isi unu na onye anụnwa bụ ejenti nọ 60 Hausa people na fọndị ya. Kokoko jesiri amị lọta ole buutu ya. Ọ na ha eje nwetọ eji Simon aka. Mgbugbu a na-egbu ndị be anyị, ọgbụgba ndị soja na ndị polisi le kidnap ndị be anyị. Kidnappers nusu na ya nwanwe. Ọ kwụsịla? Ọ kwụsịbe. Ọkwala ga-etu ka ọ bara. Ụmụnne anyị pụtara la akpafu ụmụnne ha, la aga ọfọ ọjọọ n'isi ha, la tụpunye akwala mmiri. Na-eme all sort of rubbish. La akpọkwa ofu ndị ahụ esi na ịla asọ ka ị nweta, maka na ha ekwenyeghị ihe i kwuru to start with. Ele akpọghọ all kinds of names. Igbo, onye mere unu? Ị gara Nigerian news, ofu onye ka ala ajụ eri mgbe ejidere Simon ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo kwụsịla ọ sị na ọ bụghị Simon ka a na-ekwuzi okwu ya but a few months back onye n'okpuru ọnụ bụ Simon lụọ nọ n'ọgụ aka gọọmenti ka ọ nọ na gọọmenti achọghị ime ha kwesịrị ime na people na ihe ọjọọ na-eme n'ala Igbo na-eme na Naịjirịa niile lụọ na ọ bụzi greed oke ọchịchọ na ọ bụzi Simon few days back now mana few days ago it's not Simon. Onye Igbo ka a jụrụ na their mainstream media onye dịka Sunday Igboho na-ekwu okwu because of na Nigeria gọọmenti agara attack on security na asị onye ọbụla laa onye Igbo emepe ọnụ ya si na Sunday Igboho la Koeri and his other groups na problem Nigeria bụ nwere onwe otu onye Igbo anọnwala ekwukwa okwu gịnị ka ị megoro na be gị ka ọ dị mma n'ihe na-eme na Nigeria na ọ bụ agụrụ na enweghị ọrụ ka ọ sịrị ya Igbo unu jekwa hụ jiwe ese ihe ike ga-emekwa unu ịfụrụ program ala agbara ọsọ ọ ga-eme onwe ihe ga-eme ka ọ hapụ ime mgbe Jizọs mgbe Chineke na-akpọpụta ụmụ Izrel la from Egypt o nwerekwa good intention even to the extent Moses erughị ọkpọpụta a journey that was supposed maka ndị na-aga ụka agabụgo m si na mmadụ agazi but when we are reading Bible we should contextualize Bible read it with the context without that faith belief of the Bible pulling out what Bible said posting it on faith hoping that that thing will miraculously happen. Let us read Bible context to context. Because of ka go ya ka Bible siri kwu ya na ha bịara chọba maybe ihe na-ekwesịghị ime their journey that was supposed to be a journey 40 days has turned out to 14 years. Otu Bible ahụ ekwere ime asịkwa na the reason Lagos na that generation the same Moria will pass away. So does it mean if we cannot trace ourselves back, talk to ourselves? Our brothers always say that ọgụnwere onwe a bụ n'isi otu onye na ọ bụghị na enwere onye ị ga-elegara anya na ihe a ga-elegara anya bụ to build institution, not building personality. When you build a strong institution, what it means in a layman understanding and to my own opinion, Bona, you'll put your differences aside. Nanambra pota, as an Ebonyi problem. Onye Ebonyi pota kuoku, as an Ibon Dausa laterala, a labor. Onye Imo pota, or Sen of Bonya State Bunso Boya. Toludo potara. Sini Heni Nati, the Rela Pampolar on Anambra, Nahabuta, non-Anambarian indigenous, but no Bundibo. It would only be one no, but because of people will point to your believers, no Bonya boy. But this Ryan Cha, Querena one Nigeria. But a boy on your bonny, because he could a Bamugurena Anambra, Utua Bama, at least 20 years of constitution. Onye ahụ ekwesịghị isi na ya bụ onye Anambra. But ijere US la-achọ ka US nye gị citizenship ka ị were ya nye testimony la church na ị nwere dual citizenship. Igbo onye mere unu ihe ike ga-emekwa unu again ọ ga-eme unu and onwe one message m chọrọ ịpas onye ọbụla ịlapụtala ọgụ nwere onwe a nụchasị onwe gị jụọ onwe gị just kpọnọ ana jụọ onwe gị kedu ihe mere ndị chọrọ iso gba ọsọ nwere onwe a ịla agba ya na ịnọ na midia ọ na anyị na-apụta ekwunyere nwanne anyị so that oge enweta nwere onwe ka anyị were agụrụ point na anyị chọrọ ịbụ gọvanọ ọ na anyị chọrọ ịbụ local gọọmenti ama my brother ọ bụrụ maka ya ka iji apụta ewesi data gị ọ bụrụ maka ya ka iji nwere midia ile mme onwe gị gbayo karịrị wayo mbọsị ọbụla ị ghọtara ịjụrụ onwe gị kedu the reason why m ji agba ọsọ nwere onwe a ihe nji agba ya bụ ka m mara ma my generation aga m emezi ihe ọ ga-eme gị ịnọrọ on a more right path, because all of us that comes here, many people are coming to this platform because of their play game of luck. Maybe enwe ka o si mekata enwete uru oge campaign ka ya ga-apụtasị na ya so ndị grupu a nwetere n'ume. Ọ bụrụ ya ka iji eme igbo onye ori, igbo deceiver, igbo psychophant. Jee gụọ ihe mere before 67 Ojukwu sịrị kwụsị igbu ụmụnne m. Emechakwa bụrụkwa ndị anwa ọla alụtara ọgụ sikwerela azụ rụka ya. Onye sepụta isi ajọjia ya na ọ dị short, n'otoghị ogologo, na ọmaghị mma nwoke, were crown it all n'obodo osi, steeti osi, abụghị steeti ga-abịa kwuru anyị okwu nwere onwe because of that. Kama si hapụgodi ya. Nnamdị apụtala azụ onye ka ọ bụ. Ojukwu kwuru nweta họ anyị na Nnamdị anyị mgbe nweta họ. Kedu ihe mere oge ebu Nnamdị onye ka ọ wụ akụtuo ya. Ụwazike ekwuola ndị ya na ya zụ gba ọsọ eme ya mpụ. Esite mmadụ chere gbuo onwe ya bụ okwu ofu mbọsị. Ụfọdụ kala apụtala social media ma ọ bụrụ kele nna. Ofu onye pụtara nke obi nwanne mbọsị a si obi nwanne na ume research ọfụma ọ mara na Nnamdị bụ onye ori. Ọ bụ onye ori. Ọ nọ n'ikpe ego, o kwebere nara ego political solution ka ọ pụta ka Ụwazike si pụta ejide ya ala adụdụ ya ọnụ. Simon bụ onye ori ajọ mmadụ. Unu ekwerela atụọla ya nga na ọla ebezi akwa na ọla ya ayịyọ dịka unu siri kwu. Ọ nọ n'ụlọ mara ihe zụrụla ahịa. Ndị mara nwa ngwere kpuru ala nke dị ime. Ọ narabara ego nọrọ onwe ya. Nwanne nwoke bụ Chus ọ ga-asị na enwebere ndị kpọrọ ya kedu ihe o ji gburu onwe ya oge. Kwụsị ikwu ihe anyị na-ekwu na ile emebere anyị ihe. Bịa were ego ka enye gị nke a. Ma ọ kala apụtakwa n'ụtụtụ, ataghịsị ehihie, ataghịsị anyasị, la gbasa ozi ọma, la akọwara gị dị rizin ikwesị inwe mgbere onwe. Anyị maa na ihe Nigeria ji anyị nwere laughing stock. And let me say it today unapologetically, we are the most foolish tribe enwere na Nigeria. And chefuo na iso na one of the cardinal points in Nigeria. And because of our foolishness and idiocy, I will say it clear today. For the fact that God, because of Mehendi putara na Egypt, on after no akon, we and their children. Fine, I will keep on saying, but why are you pushing for freedom? Is it because of what you will get or what the country will do for you? No, America do say, come to America. Speak not what America will do for you or what you will get from America, but what you will do for America to be great. Everybody should go back to his closet and inundate yourself. Ask yourself a question. At least when you verify. But I will say that the reason if you are coming online pushing for freedom is for what Biafra will do for you. Not the general thing, what a country will do, but what Biafra will do for you, for your input, for your input in the struggle. We will not make any headway until the day you know that it is Biafra is demanding what you will do for him, for her, I mean to say, that will make the country a better place. That is when you will begin to see the clearer picture of achieving our goals. And Obu here, I did day today. Baba kwano ngunu mbao, ndị Anambra, a na-ekwu ya na enwere ego Igbo nwe ego Anambra. Ya bụbekwa na isi unu bụ ndị Anambra, unu ahụla ndị Enugu bụ ndị wawa, na ha enweghị mgbọrọgwụ, na ha enweghị agaramala biznes. Ndị Igbo si gbakwa na ndị Anambra na ha da agụ akwụkwọ, na unu na-agụ akwụkwọ. Ndị Abịa kwubekwa na ihe sọrọ unu, o wehu unu anya. Ala Igbo ndị Fulani agaghị ame ya. Ebe Israel gbatara ọsọ after the Holocaust, they were able to go back to Allah Mereha. Kangwa you today. Enwere ike gbuchasị anyị o. Onye ọbụla nwere nọ ndụ n'ụwa highest 100 years. Bible, ndị na-agụ Bible weghachitere ya azụ. Because ọ sị na ya hapụ ndị mmadụ ka anyị nọba kọmetụtara na afụfụ. We were ya debe minimum of 100 and maximum of 130. Let's trace it like that. So mụ nwale ekwu today, in the next 40 years, enwere ike mụ na ụmụ ya ndị tara nke mebe. But ha mara today na ana m agwụ ya ha ebe ọbụla ha nọ. Igbo ọbụla mara nke ọbụla ile eme dere gị. But ọ bụrụ ile eme ya ndị nke la emepe flood gate of ndị Hausa ha bịa gba mgbọrọgwụ. Mana ala ụmụ nke m ga-amụ ụmụ nke ụmụ m ga-amụ nwere ike ibilite ka ụmụ Israel si bilite after Adolf Hitler. They will go back. A ga-enwekwa traces ndị ga-anọ. Let them be subliminal that they will not talk. But deep down their hearts, they know that they do not believe here. War will come. Then to the West and to Africa at large. It is high time that you people look into your internal crisis. Stop being a puppet. The African Union, ECOWAS. Look, if Africa should be partitioned among all the tribes, let it be country before you people will push for unity. Because the likes of Professor Lumumba, the likes of Joshua Maponga J, and others that believe that Africa does not need more country, that Africa needs to come as a bloc. Remember that Africa is multilingual. Africa has millions of tribes, and every African always traces back to their roots. An Igbo man will always go home. A Yoruba man will always trace back to his roots. Hausa and Fulani are even the one doing what the Bible preach, that wherever they go, they should pitch tent. They should not build there. It is only the Igbos and small of Yoruba that are foolish, that goes to other people's land and choose to develop it, choose to live in affluence. Africa should look back. If for peace to reign in Africa, that every tribe should be a country, the day you people come to the realization of this, that is the day, the unity that you people are pushing for, that is making you to overlook your internal crisis. Because what has been happening between Amazonia and Cameroon, what has been happening between Biafrans and Nigeria, Africans supposed to have come and asked Nigeria, why this has started for 50-something years? Or give them, let us see. If they fail, we will come again and reintegrate them. But if they did not fail, let us try. But rather, when petitions or requests or memo is being brought to their table, the likes of Lumumba and the likes of Maponga J, Joshua Maponga from Zimbabwe, we say that we need no more country, that we need one African country. Then we the Igbos, try and read history, try and know that your brothers that have dedicated their time to speak for you, that they are not fools. Most of them are doing great, doing well in wherever they are. But they still see it, deem it necessary, deem it fit to squeeze out their time. Some at the cost of squeezing out their time to speak about what your people his people is passing through. It has taken up their time. My brother here usually do program before 1 hour. Now, for him to accommodate everybody, at times he will spend 4 hours here. Obi one for him to accommodate people, he will spend 8 hours. And that day or Amma, if there should be space for him, he will stay almost 24 hours. Simon, Nnamdi, we all know that even not to catch his sleep, that Nnamdi will talk from morning to the next morning. It's not that they are fools. They did not do it because of their own personal gain. Nnamdi said, I will not be a leader. Simon said, I will lead with the reason that he will not, after fighting this, and allow people, mostly people that sat on the fence, if you win, we join you. If you do not win, I'd rather be where I am. To later come and sow tares in his farmland. He didn't say he will be this. He only said that I will be part of the people, the governing parties or governing people. Many people are saying, I want you to get your freedom. I will not rule. And you, because of the peanut, you sell your people because of the your ideology, your myopic ideology has been an Ambedian. We are the forefront, forerunner in the book quest. It's supposed to be us. You denigrate every other tribe. You denigrate and demoralize every other person. You are doing more harm than good to yourself. Where is Zik today? Who remembers Zik today? Who remembers Zik today? Ask yourself the question. Apart from Bianca, who remembers Ono today? If not because of her saboteur lifestyle that made people to start taking away Ojuku's name from her name. Apart from now, people, because of what she's doing, that people are now taking his name back, her name back to her father. Who remembers Ono? Who remembers Michael Paradem? But had it been they supported their brother Ojuku, at least their name would be written in gold today. Let us learn from the past. History repeats itself when the people that the history is meant for refuse to read it, refuse to get them acquainted with the history. It will repeat itself. It has repeated itself in Wazirike. Namdi shouted, we will not do the way Wazirike did. At the end of the
Thank you so much, my brother Ngozi.
That repeated itself in Simon. If we did not take our foot back and see our problem, it will keep repeating itself until all of our own generation now will go away. Then another generation will come. So that is all I have to say. I am Manihele, and you are you know, I say, I got because I say, my am Akulezoku, no one has a good way. The Colosse Zoqua, the dick is a quarter. He laid the here, he bring a lobby.
Thank you so much, fellow Biafrans that are watching, anywhere you're watching from. I hope you are following up. The video that is streaming here, what you're seeing there is a traffic in Biafra land. Traffic jam that is from Biafra land because of the terrorist government of Nigeria. The terrorist military, can imagine, these are people who are going all the way from Biafra land to southwest. You can imagine how stranded people are. You can imagine the movement from southeast to southwest, Lagos to be precise. You see what people have to pass through for them to get to where they are going. And how long shall we continue to face this kind of situation? In a place you don't know whether if you are talking about a bad road, you don't know if you are talking about the terrorist police and the military, you don't know what you are talking about the terrorist Fulanis. Look at what people have to pass through. Children, mothers, men, and women stranded on the road. Situation created by the Zoological Republic themselves with their terrorists. You can imagine. How long will people continue to experience this? And when we talk about freedom, you think we are talking too much. Sorry. You have something else coming. My brother Chinonso, I can see you. Thank you so much for joining. If you are there, my brother Chinonso, let's hear from you.
Massachusetts, good morning from my side.
Good morning, my brother.
I greet all the Biafrans and I say good morning and good afternoon and good evening to those, depending on your time. Massachusetts, I want to thank you in a special way for your optimism of standing here to make sure that this preaching for the fight for liberation, for rehabilitating our people's brain and mindset continues. I want to thank Mazi Akonye Wetra for his reality responded opinion that he's throwing out in the platform whenever he comes. The level of his understanding is massive, and I say Meshkoka Biama, continue to protect him, because I know that he's in Biafra land. Meshkoka Biama guide him. Meshkoka Biama remove the eyes of enemy on his way, whether going home or whether he's home or whatever he's going, so he can continue to be here to join us to rehabilitate our people, for them to understand what is happening. I pray Meshkoka Biama protect Simon Ekpa, protect Mazinande Kanu, protect Biafra government in exile and the federal government in the whole land, and those who are the real angel who fight for our freedom. May he protect them in the former days, in Eke, in Ori, in Afo, and may they never die. May we be alive to pass all this temptation and make sure that finally we go to the homeland, which is Biafra. In the name of Meshkoka Biama, I pray. He said, Mazi Shu, honestly, I am bleeding in my heart because of what is going on right now in Anambra. Anambra is bleeding. Imo State is bleeding. Enugu is bleeding. In fact, all part of Biafra is bleeding, but the more Imo and the Anambra and the Enugu is bleeding is overdue. I am asking myself a question since yesterday. When we say we should not talk about some people who are making our people, who are causing more harm in what we are doing. When we say we will not talk about them, we find out that they are doing more. And the more they are doing, because our people are very easy to confuse. And our people do not understand that all that are glitters are not good. I would refuse to understand this particular aspect of life. Like our brother Wotla was saying, I listened to him minute by minute, seconds by seconds, and when he was talking, I'm trying to rethink some things that he said. I find out that in this freedom, the Igbos, we from this particular 3 states I want to mention, Imo, Anambra, Enugu, we are the one who are delaying our freedom. These 3 particular areas I mentioned, they are the one delaying our movement. Our people, now I know why, because of the Biafra movement, I know why Nigeria fight to remove history in the schools and in our regions, for us to do, so that we cannot even know who we are, and it's happening. Because in part of that history, when I was in JS1, is when I know that Ojukwu fight a war with Nigeria, and his second in command is Philip, is somebody from Akwa Ibom. Let me put it in that way. That is why we say that Biafra is including all the 40 states that's in our map right now. Then the government of the zoo has come to remove it. And that is why our people are discriminating when it's come to Biafra movement. It's from Ebony. Look at what is going on. It's from Ebony. It is from this one. If somebody will call in prayer and tell you, in your own state, but what is happening there? They are not killing anybody there. Is it what? Does it worth it? Is it what we have to say at this right in time? The answer is no. Until we know who we are, then for those who never know who they are those who are messing up. Because a lot is, like I said yesterday, A lot is happening, but a lot is more to happen. I want to say this. Do you know that you see this freedom we are fighting? If it happens to be an Hausa man single-handedly is fighting for this freedom, in these 15 or 20 years of fighting for Biafra, do you know that they could have got it by now? They could have. And the most painful part of it is that what they said is happening to us, that if you want to destroy Biafran people, give them money. Do you see what is happening in the government? Divide the house into two because of money. And once you give Igbo man money, he forgets his history. He forgot who he is, who he is, because of money. That's why Obasanjo or Gowon said that if he knows that Igbos love money more than themselves, they could have not got to the extent of the war of 3 years they fight with the Biafran people. Man, that is what is happening right now. This is what is happening. Money here and there. If you go back to check for this Biafran quest where we are into, starting from Wazrike down to my Simon right now, money is the problem. Nothing else except money. Those who are deviating, those who are falling, those who are doing one thing, they are doing because of money. Now I really believe when they say that money is the root of all evil. Anambra is bleeding because of money. Imo is bleeding because of money. Enugu is bleeding because of money. Ebonyi is bleeding because our people are collecting money from the wrong people to use it and do the wrongdoing. This is what is happening right now. Then I also a voice note of somebody who claiming that that he will get Butozo, he will get Gentle Jack. I look at him, I laugh. I say, look at this is where you found out when I said money. He is doing all these things because of the money the government has paid him, and he's beating his chest. He will know that after the Biafra one body. When Biafra comes, we will finally restore our land. You will tell us to forgive this kind of people. We will never. That is why I said a lot will happen. This is this kind of people that will rot in prison, or they will die by hanging to teach others lesson. He's fighting his people. What is he fighting his people for? Because people said, these people mentioned his name that he want to kill, he want to use their head and put on his fence or his gate. Is because of we said we don't want marginalization, we don't want illegal checking point, we don't want all these battlement they are giving to our people. That is just the offense. And for him, he think that because of the zoo have given him money and he want to stay with the money, think that because of the money, others will not speak and others will not throw their voice out. Biafra land will eat his name. Biafra land will eat his head in a cake. Because now our people are so foolish, so gullible. Give me money, I will kill my father. Give me money, I will kill my brother. Give me money, I will kill whoever they want me to kill for you. And that is what Fulanis are out. But if whatever the Fulanis want in Nigeria, once they come out to say it, the government will rush and give to them. But when our people comes out, they will use money and divide us. And those who believe in money will go for money. Mafachefu nego bunia. Nego na argwa, mamada adara agwa. When the buy is na onwere mmadu ko onye nwere ego. Now Simon is there and he is claiming that his hand, that Simon will rot in prison for 60 years because of his definition government. He is the lawyer. He is the one who writes constitution. I don't know what he is claiming. All these things need to be debunked because our people need to hear that he's a big fool, a big liar. That he wants Nigeria government to keep on giving him money. That is why he is doing what he is doing. Our people need to understand that what he's saying does no hold ground. Then I now ask myself a question again. Holy Ghost, who is coming on air to come and talk trash, his fellow man who is in the land challenge him. Where is Holy Ghost? If he says he's fighting for Biafra, don't he hear what this man is saying? So if he's a double like he claimed, can't he go and challenge that man on our way when they hear him? That man on my hand on kapu. Ogeri one on kapu to a home. I never man. A one I knew had DSCC. A man made you one academy Rian on kapu. Makema and kapu is busy. Much to see you may have an on kapu. Yeah, you might go see it. Go on a real one about one real or Rian on kapu. Biafra banon kapi. Ogerimu Biafra. Ogerimu the angels, those who stand on the true side to fight. So anybody, any Biafran military man who deviated from this struggle is only those Ogapisia. Holy Ghost, you are in that land. A man is threatening our people, going house to house, speaking our people. What are you doing? You are giving our government order what they will do for you. Well, what is your gain? Not what you will do for us. Because you never come to fight to make sure that we will get our people. Our people need to understand that a lot is happening. And a lot is going to happen again because we never even have our eternal fight within ourselves. Because time for it is coming. And the time is fast approaching. Then let's fight all this. I want our government need to take some measurements. I don't know. I am not in the cabinet. I am not in the government. But when I look at what happened yesterday, the so-called they are doing, I ask a question. Like I said, the government in our form, is it the one you declared? The one your signature is there? Is it the one? Is the government in a amendment they elect? After you have elected these people, if Obatobia comes back and said, I don't want them, what are you going to do? How could you be electing people in office that is working, in a government that is live, in a government that people are there already, that Obatobia keep and they are there? Except few of you that even through the video that leaked, we found out that Obatobia has been removed few people already and be waiting for the day, that's 29th of November, that Wales Biafra declared and they dissolved the government, that people are going out. Is it what you use corrupt lobby, one of them, and be doing all this propaganda? That is why I said in the beginning that all that are glitters are no good. Our people, Eliezer, the lobby firm, is a corrupt man. He wants money. Through Ogenkere, Nigeria government has given him Ogenkere money to give to him. And Ogenkere was using our money to clear his way. So what you see they are doing is they cannot last for it. There is no any way our government right now can sue Ogenkere and what he's doing is the question I'm asking, because this is only way I know someone to come and clear me. Because I know in a village, if you are existing kindred and that kindred want to come up in the zoo, what you do, you go to court and put injunction for what they are doing. Then they will hold them. And they will close, the court will close them down while the existing village will be moving on until any year that one finish. That is where you will say anything. Is there no any way we can sue these people to put injunction on what they are doing? We don't have that right, the government of Biafra. I think we need an answer, because what we are seeing now, because they are deceiving our people more and more. And our people, like when Brother Christian come here and said that is exactly what is happening if you don't know yourself. Please, government, what are you people doing because of this people, what they are doing with the name of Biafra? Government. Is it this government that is under Obatobie, that which we know that who declared this, who opened her mouth and declared it was our Deputy Prime Minister NgoziOrabueze? Is it this government that they are messing up like this? Is it the same government that they are dividing into two right now? Is it the same government that NgoziOrabueze, all her signature is on behalf of Mas Kaimonba and the Mas Nandekano? When are we going to, when the government, what are you people doing? Because, see, and it is going to damage a lot of things more and more. So please, Mazi Shoes, let government, I know that they are hearing our voice. Let them know what they are telling us about this. We need action. Like I said yesterday, this government is talk and do. It's not by sure, it's by doing. Please, Biafrans are crying to see the action of the government against these individuals. This is a man who has been once in a prison for 2 years in US. Then a lot of things could have gone. Government should man up, please. Because you see what is happening in Biafra land. This, what they are doing, is also contributing 50% of the killing, of the corruption, of all that is going on right now. For how long? For how long are we going to suffer? For how long are we going to feel this pain? For how long are we going to make sacrifices? Is it that we will never sacrifice to you? Is it that we have never done? 100 years, is it 50 years, is it 70 years, is it 10 years? Please, lead us. Direct our government to do the right thing. As I want to say, because as of today, my heart is bleeding, honestly. Our people are clean, doing good to us.
Thank you for your speech. And on that note, on the issue of what is to be done to stop those who are impersonating the government and do that the government is not silenced. Just like I have always said, everybody have to know that this thing, more especially, is happening in the Western world, and there are processes to everything. We have the Secretary of Justice in Biafran government, and they are doing what they have to do. The government also have their legal firm, the lawyers that are backing up the government. They are doing what they have to do. But everyone should understand that this takes process. Things don't just happen the way we are feeling is going to happen. The Western world is not like in Nigeria where you can just go in and bundle somebody and you do this and do that. You don't do that in Western world. In Western world, before you see them calling somebody or rallying somebody, they have to do their due diligence. It doesn't matter how many times you report or what you say. All you need to do is to do report and you relax and wait. And I bet you the government have done everything they need to do, and we have the Secretary of Justice doing his own also. The Biafran government, don't forget we have a lawyer, Dr. Levy, who is the lawyer of the government. Every one of them is putting things in order. In due time, when the time is right, every one of us is going to see whatever we want to see play out. That is why we call it a government. Every department have their own function. And when it comes to those who are trying to distract us or impersonate us or use our name unnecessarily, things are being done on that very aspect. But know that we are talking about the Western world. They don't just act because you complain. They don't just act because something happened. They don't act based on your emotion. They have to follow their due process, and when it is time, they will do what they have to do. So let us not be weighing ourselves down with whatever they are saying and whatever is happening. We must have to continue to focus, do those things we have to do. There is already a division of labor. In that division of labor, the government is doing their part as expected. The government is doing their part as expected, and while we are going on, you should also know that one thing that we are awaiting today is the voice of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who penned down his signature in most of these affairs and most of the commitments we have. His signatures are there. So Mazi Simon Ekpa is no longer incommunicado the way we thought it is. So in a very short while, all this is going to come and end. As it stands today, we need to focus our mind, our hearts to the areas that we can be able to play a role. One of those areas is the division that we are seeing now that the enemies of Biafrans are bringing. More especially the language that we are using. And I discovered that this division, mainly this language, started from this criminal that called himself a professor. The criminal professor in Anambra State, Soludo. From the time he entered that very office, he was the one that using this divisive language. He was the one that came and made an announcement that all the kidnappers he has arrested in his place are all from Biafra land. As if that is not enough, he began to narrow it down to a particular section. And since then, that language has been striving in Anambra State. Everything that happens in Anambra State, they are too quick to blame Ebonyi State. They are too quick to blame Enugu State, which is madness. And this is something that is very common with the zoo. The zoo are the ones that are known by stereotyping people. When something happens, they say Igbos. When somebody commits an offense, they say Igbos. And when Igbos do exploit abroad, they say Nigeria. This is the criminality and the style of Nigeria. They have used this style against us again and again and again. Any place you hear the name of Nigeria on a good note today, they are proud and say, oh, Nigerians are the most educated in the UK, in the US. Go and check who are those. I can bet you that 80% of those are Biafrans. Most of the accolade the zoo gets today is from Biafran people and some Oduduwa people. But what they are quick to propagate and send out is anything that happens and they see it on a negative tone. They will not only tell you that that person is a Nigerian, they will narrow it down to your tribe and to your local government and your family. That is the style of the zoo. They divide and rule. And I don't know why any Biafran should toe that line of the zoo. This is what the Seibo in Anambra State is creating. And I urge every Biafran to stay away from this kind of thought. There are bad people everywhere and there are good people everywhere. For you to be narrowing a criminality to a particular section, a particular tribe or particular tongue, that is madness. And this kind of language have been striving in Anambra State, planted by Soludo. Planted by Soludo. So every one of us must have to be very careful. Every one of us must be very careful. The way we report issues and the way we talk about people. When somebody commits criminality, criminality is criminality. Talk about that person who committed that criminality and let the person face the consequence of his action. For you to begin to narrow any criminality to a particular tribe or a particular state or a particular tongue is absolutely wrong. That is the British divisiveness they planted in Nigeria to demonize the Biafran people, to demonize more especially the Igbo people. And that system have strived so much that they have made people to believe that crimes against the Igbo Biafrans is not crimes against human rights. That when you talk evil against your brother, when you speak against the Igbos, you speak against the Biafrans, you are not committing any human right abuse. That is why you see the military can go to Biafra land today, destroy lives and property, take away your rights, do anything they can want to do and get away with it. And nobody is being questioned. And we cannot continue to permit this. Biafra land is the fowl that laid a golden egg. But today, Biafra land is under siege. Everything in Biafra land today cannot be, I don't know how to explain it. Everything in Biafra land today is extortion. They are extorting Biafra land, extorting money from Biafra land, extorting mineral resources from Biafra land, extortion on a daily basis. It has gotten so to a level that even they come to your land, they take your resources and they go to other places and they make you believe that they have the right to do so. It is sad, they have no right to do such a thing. But they make you believe they have the right to do it. And some of us begin to accept it as the right thing. But time has come when we have to speak up. There's a video I just saw, what is happening in Imo State. You see how they are stealing from Imo State, transferring to other nearest states, just to make sure that people believe that the resources is not in your land. Today, they are drilling oil in Anambra State, they are drilling in Imo State, they are drilling almost in all the Biafra land. But they do it secretly, they lay pipes from our land to other places to make you believe you have nothing. This is why it is necessary that we will speak up and we must go out. Let's just say this.
Ekpa Igbo nke ihe niile a na-aga Kalaba ka ihe niile a na-aga awụ my landlord here
You can see that this is happening in Ohaji Egbema, where they are laying pipe from Ohaji Egbema to Calabar. Every one of us know that we have a gas resort in Ohaji Egbema. But they will pipe it and pipe it to other states nearby to make you believe that you have nothing in your state. And this is what they have been doing for a very long time. And when they tell you Niger Delta area, they count you out and you feel that they have nothing with you. But I can bet you that every state in Biafra land has resources, mineral resources, the oil, more especially that they are dying for. And this is why they don't want to let us go. But we have said it time and time again that it is not about the oil. Mazin Nanekano to another state said that if the oil is their problem, we will give them free of charge. But they should allow us to go. Biafrans are ready to build a brain-based economy. Not the kind of economy you have in the zoo. We want to build a brain-based economy, a place where people can live as human beings. The Zoological Republic does not mean well for anybody, not for Biafrans, not for the Duduans, not for the Middle Beltans, not for the Hausas. These are the people that come and tell you Boko Haram have surrendered, Boko Haram have recruited into the military, that they are giving up. But as at yesterday, they launched an attack and almost 50 people lost their life in Borno State. And this attack has been going on, just that they have warned the media not to report it. Their media will not report it. Only on certain occasions, you see them talk. This is something that happens on a daily basis. They don't even report that of those they renamed bandits. But how can you imagine? The same people they told they are surrendering, they are putting through the military. Took the life of 50 people yesterday. And there is a video I picked up, and I would like us to listen to that very report on this their criminal station channel television, where they were interviewing in Dume. Let us hear from that very program.
Your people telling you, who are these attackers? Are they the same Boko Haram element Are they ISWAP? What are these elements like? Are they speaking Fufude? Are they speaking Kanuri? Or what exactly do they look like? What are the natives, the locals? What are they telling you when you went around?
This is a very stupid message. It's a very stupid question. This idiot that is asking this question knows who these terrorists are. They have not changed their identity at any point in time. Everybody in that zoo knows who they are, knows what they speak. But when they come to their media, they come to entertain the idiots like themselves. They leave what they're supposed to do and they begin to ask some useless questions to entertain themselves.
What is happening is, as I told you, this is the result of influx of the people, the ISWAP and Boko Haram that were operating in the Chad Basin fringes. Remember, there are some in Sambisa remnants. There were remnants in the Mandara Mountain. So when they want to launch attack, they were not able to launch attack from those two zones. That is Mandara Mountain and Sambisa, because they were weak. They have been very, very weak. But now they are having support from the outsiders. But what they need is equipment, food, and supplies. So now with the support of those that are speaking Fulfude or Kanuri, that is a kind of reinforcement that they have that enables them to attack our villages. And then the best solution to that is that we should have more soldiers, boots on ground, more information, more intelligence, and most importantly, when I went there, it was after I spoke to the chief of army staff before I went to Goza yesterday, after meeting him in Abuja, that the air support were deployed to Maiduguri. There is a need for more air support in those areas that are affected. It doesn't matter whether they are from Niger or whether they are even heaven. If they are insurgents and we are ready and our Nigerian forces are ready and you give them what it takes, they are ready to face them. So the time I came, even there is information coming to the brigade commander in Goza. He got information that they may likely attack Goza, but he says he's waiting for them and he's ready for them. That is because he has intelligence and he has what it takes to protect Goza. And I was telling him, are you sure? He said, no, these boys will take them out. You can imagine that.
But Senator, so the reason why I asked that question of the language they speak is so that also the military can be well informed as to the identity of these people. Are they foreigners? Are they strangers who come into our land, kill our people, terrorize our people, and run away? Or they are the locals that are being, they are being disillusioned and are being, given these terrible ideologies to attack their own people in the manner in which they. I wanted to just wanted you to identify whether the locals are saying these are people that we know, because I mean, as a reporter that had covered Maiduguri, covered Yola, covered Adamawa before, I do know locals have told me that these are some of our children who, for some reasons, they go away for several weeks, they come back and they come and attack their own people. What exactly are the locals saying to you? Do they identify some of them? Maybe they look like the Boko Haram they've wiped out before or not.
As I told you earlier, nobody can come out, whether they are Kanuri or Fulani, to come to Goza, for example, if they don't know anything about Goza, if they don't have anybody that will reiki and give them information. I've confessed that they get information from the criminals among us, and they connive with the Boko Haram that are still hanging or hibernating in the Mandara Mountain that were weak now. But they are attacking more now is because it's like they have reinforcement from those that were driven from the Chad region, and normally they will be speaking Kanuri or Shua or Arab. That is it. But what I'm saying is a criminal is a criminal. It doesn't matter whether he is white, black, Kanuri, Igbo, or whatever. Once enemy is an enemy, you take him out. But unfortunately now I can confess to you that within us, there are saboteurs that share information or provide them information, especially with those that have old link. But our people now are saying the enemies are within and they are going to do something and they are going to caliphate. They said they will not, they promised me. I was very happy and I felt happy that I went to.
You see, these mad people will always answer their questions differently to deceive the gullible ones that are watching them. A simple question was asked, even though we know their tribes, we know those who are coming, we know what the foot soldiers of these terrorists are made of. Every terrorist group in Nigeria, their foot soldiers are the Fulanis. There's no two ways about it. The foot soldiers of all the terrorist group in Nigeria are Fulanis. Whether they are from Niger or from Mali or whatever, they are Fulanis. That's what they are. But these people find it difficult to identify these people for whom they are. When they come on media, they begin to chew their mouth and chew and chew. I want to play the other part of the video, which is the interesting part I want us to hear.
The conversation has been the rehabilitation and how the communities are going to be re-energized so that people can go back to their communities, the farming communities can go back to farm, and people can regain their lives and go back to their homelands. But now it's getting to a situation where we are now getting worried that some of these elements are coming back. What they were doing before now was that they will attack and run away, attack and run away. But now with this sort of incidents in Dumba, in Chibok, what would you say could be the cause?
Well, I think it is the aftermath of what has happened in Chad, Niger, and our neighboring countries. Cameroon is totally blocked from them, and the insurgents are now moving downward. That is into Nigeria. You can see what is happening in Kebbi, Sokoto.
I want you to hear him clearly. The countries around the Zoological Republic are serious with dealing with these very terrorists. This is a country that claims to be the giant of Africa. They claim to be the most populated African country. Every of their neighbor, look at a senator. This is a former senator speaking. That they have been, the other neighboring countries have been able to deal with these terrorists on their own. But because the only place they find a safe haven is in Nigeria, that is why every one of them is focusing and returning to Nigeria as a base. Mali have driven them away. Niger have driven them away. Burkina, Ghana have not allowed them to come in. The only place where they have a terrorist government that empowers and strengthens them is in Nigeria. You know, when we say it, they think we are making it up. This is a senator confirming it. A senator is confirming it, that they are all assembling in Nigeria because of what is happening in other neighboring countries. I want you to hear it from him directly. Let it not be that I'm the one saying it.
And our neighboring countries.
Chibok, what would you say could be the cause?
Well, I think it is the aftermath of what has happened in Chad, Niger, and our neighboring countries. Cameroon is totally blocked from them, and the insurgents are now moving downward. That is into Nigeria. You can see what is happening in Kebbi, Sokoto, Zamfara, and the Northwest generally. And then, of course, those that were driven away.
Chibok.
So Nigeria is the only safe haven they have. Every other neighboring countries have been able to drive them away, and they are all coming downwards to Nigeria where they have their heaven. If you are a one Nigerianist, if you are an indigenous person and you think that Biafra is your problem, don't worry. Don't worry, it is coming.
What would you say could be the cause?
Well, I think it is the aftermath of what has happened in Chad, Niger, and our neighboring countries. Cameroon is totally blocked from them, and the insurgents are now moving downward. That is into Nigeria. You can see what is happening in Kebbi, Sokoto, Zamfara, and the Northwest generally. And then, of course, those that were driven away from the Chad fringes of that is bordering Chad, have all been driven away, and they are running around trying to scramble for arms, ammunition, and equipment. In fact, in Goza, they came and also carted away some of the goods, not ammunitions, but supplies that is meant for the Nigerian army in a village called Yamtake, where they are. We have a battalion of soldiers there, so the brigade were trying to give them supplies. And the biggest problem we have recently is the issue of saboteurs, where we have infiltrators giving them information. So they ambush the contingent that were going to Jaji with farmers and bicycles. So they carted away the Jega, what we call this tricycle that has open body. And that was why I went right away, acquired replacement for them. So we went home, gathered all the people that were affected and replenished, and that is to give them back what they lost. And this I am doing intentionally in order to give them confidence and develop resilience, because that's the biggest way, or the best solution to this is to be resilient and stand up for these people. Chibok case have been unfortunate, but before they could arrive there, that is the hunters, the soldiers, these people have done, made their destruction, as you can see, and ran away. In fact, those that were, two brothers, we lost two of them, the same father, the same mother, both senior brother and junior. It's because they are standing up. The Chibok people are known for standing up against Boko Haram. Unfortunately, we lost two people. And before the army could arrive there, they have done this damage by putting on fire. And the fire went quickly because of the season now, where it's windy. But the people are still resilient. They are still there. They want to remain there. All they need now, and all we are calling about from the federal government, for example, once this happens and the people stay back, then NEMA should also come in immediately, rebuild what they can build, or give the people that they are like now, where they need blocks, cement, and the church should be brought up immediately. As you can see, the church is something that you can build overnight, and that was what the vice president and the president, when he was a governor, started, and the president governor continues.
There is something you have to notice. When you look at the video that is coming out, the destruction of house and property, what is the difference between these things you are seeing and what is happening in Biafra land today? What the terrorists are doing in the northern part of Nigeria is exactly what those ones in uniform are doing in Biafra land. Burning of houses, destruction of properties, the same thing. And when you hear this senator talking, he's talking about rebuilding churches. That tells you that the main base where they are attacking are the place where the Christians are in the north. The base, places where Christians are in the north, they are almost wiped out. Almost wiped out completely. The genocide is going on daily basis. And the Nigerian government will come and pretend and tell you, oh, they have defeated Boko Haram. Oh, they are repenting. And they recruit them in back to the military and send them to Biafra to do exactly the same thing they are doing in the north. Now you can see why they come to Biafra land and they continue to burn houses, continue to destroy properties, destroy buildings. The same thing Boko Haram is doing in the north. They know that they cannot penetrate Biafra land easily. So they send their men on uniform. They send their men on uniform to come and perpetrate the same evil in Biafra land. It is so sad that some people still think that these things is just about talking or joking. It is not a joke. But as for us Biafrans, we are more prepared than ever. We are already out. Whatever they are doing in the zoo today, it doesn't include Biafrans. Whatever strategies or plan they're making should never include us, because Biafra have been really clear. And what we are pursuing today and seeking is recognition, which is already coming. So it doesn't matter what anybody says. Any tribe or people that cares about themselves should wake up before it is too late. It is either now or never. It's either you fight for your nation or you don't. If you decide to let go and allow yourself to be used and abused, that is completely your business. Biafra land must be defended. And we must not allow the divide and rule system to penetrate Biafra land. We must not allow it. We must not allow that divide and rule that the politicians are trying to introduce. They will come and tell you your brother did this. Oh, this man is from Anambra, is from Enugu, is from this. And the person that is planting this very seed is the idiot that calls himself a professor. He calls himself a professor. But today, that is what that professor is doing. From the very first time he entered into that office, he has been doing that. He first of all addressed Biafrans as criminals. That it is Biafran people that are kidnapping. Even when there are evidences everywhere. He said only Biafrans were the people he caught. And I'm not surprised because all his attack has been against Biafran since he entered that office. He imposed taxes on Biafran people, frustrated Biafran people, and gave power to the hoodlums to continue to intimidate and abuse Biafrans. That has been his mission all this while. So every one of us, wherever you are, we must continue to focus on that which is right. Do not allow any propagandist to push their message across. Do not believe in whatever the propagandists are saying. All those evil men who are trying to deviate your attention from the true word and the real thing. Do not be distracted. We must focus on our freedom, continue to speak on behalf of our people until we get to our destination. The freedom that we are seeking for is for every one of us. Don't wait until it happens to you before you talk. Don't wait until it happens to your friend before you speak. Don't wait until it gets to your village before you speak. Injustice against one is injustice against all, and we must all stand up and face the reality of today. Are you there, Akonyewetara? Are you there, my brother Akonyewetara? If you are there, let's hear from you as we conclude on the program. Are you there, Akonyewetara? Is Akonyewetara still there? I think he's not there. Then let's hear from my brother Chinonso. Chinonso, are you there?
Yes, Mother Sweet, I'm coming out.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, our people, no matter what's happened, no matter how we see it, we will always prepare our mind that the toughest time will come. And whenever it didn't come, like what we're into now, please remember who you are. Remember where you belong. Stand on the right side. Stand and reason and realizing yourself and ask yourself some questions. I still hitted on this issue of the shenanigans going on the Biafra movement. Forget what they are doing. They are distractions. They have come because any dying horse will do whatever it takes the dying horse to make sure that the dying horse will stand. That's what they are doing. Imagine exactly what they are doing. Is it how we are going to govern ourselves? Is it how we are going to be on a government and another government will man up and start doing another vote and another election? It's not going to happen. That is not how government will do it. That is not how it goes. Our people will need to understand. Look at what is going on. The army of destruction of property of Igbos in Nigeria. What they are doing is, can see the evidence clearly. They only know how to burn an innocent houses. That is what they know very well. And that is what they are doing in Biafra land, because there was no trend, who trained them? When they said they are in a rehabilitation center, do you know what they are doing? They sit down there, they lecture them. They only tell them, this is how to shoot a gun, this is how to put your bullet, this is how to hold the magazine. That is all. That is why they don't know what is called the rule of engagement. That is what they don't know. They only know what they know. Fire, shoot. That is all they know. That's why they call it zombie. Zombie only here move, he move. Zombie here only fire, zombie will fire. That is who they are. And that is not the kind of army that we are building. we are building in international army who can stand at anywhere to defend these people, who know the rules of engagement, who know when to fire and when not to fire. Example is that you can be pursuing a criminal, one single criminal, and the criminal jump inside crowd. If you know the rule of engagement, you don't need to fire. You seize your bullets because of the innocent people around. But when it comes to zoo army, their Boko Haram infiltrator army, which they are recruiting, they don't know it. All they know is everybody, they fire. Who die, maybe them die. That is their language. So our people, we open up and stand with the government. I always say this thing, stand with the Biafra government under our deputy prime minister, NgoziOrabueze. Yes, no matter what's happened, they are doing their best. They are trying. It's not easy because a lot of things have gone wrong. And when a lot of things are going wrong, it takes a lot of time to correct the wrong to become the right. And it's for all those who have patience, we understand what it takes to correct a wrong impression or a wrongdoing to a right impression and a right doing. So they are doing good things for us. Whatever they are doing today is what you need to hear. Whatever they are doing today, all their plans, all the things they are bringing up for us, honestly, for me, who has been there, who has been seeing one or two things, understand what they are doing. How could you be working for a country and in the one single individual is paying you money? No. Receive your money in your account. Receive your money by yourself. That is government. We need to know identity of those who are securing us. We need to know the names. We need to know where you're from. That means, are you from this particular area? It's like that what I said. If anybody who was born for over 20 years in a particular state, he has become the indigenous of the place. You don't think that he's from Akwa Ibom, he's from Abakaliki, he's from this. No. You don't need to. He has become an indigenous of the place. And the is not Ebony become Awash. Ebony become Azan. Anything that happens today in the Nigerian system, when Nigerian army are killing both on innocent, both on pregnant women, they are doing all these things and put it that is all because of we are fighting for our freedom. And the word of it that our people, Isaac and Nemo one. Mother, they make image you working on. Ndibo, I never person the Hindi Ajia can on. Lotavazie no. Chegariano. Potani na iri ego na ego abụọ ya bụ end of everything. Potani. Hapụ na ihe ndị hapụ na ebo sabo nke ike. Hapụ na mislead our people. Let's do the right thing as right people at the right time. All the wrong that is taking us time to correct is delaying the movement more and more. I am happy to hear that, to know that small time over 2 days will be freely with us. And I said, when he comes out, believe me, another war will happen within us. Because some who are forming their government, who are electing people in office that you, as an acting person, you claim is electing people. These people you are electing, are you going to be able to control them or not? We're not about to be a call. Remember that there will be a personality again, but know who you are and who you are supporting. That is why you need to take your stand right now. Believe on what you know that is the right thing for you, which is the government. If you did not believe the government of Biafra, that is the right place you're supposed to be. For me, you are a sabo. Take your stand. Take your stand. 247. Obi one Igbo, Ada and the Ada Simon Nipa. These and those are on the S handle. Whenever you go to S, you find out that our people are not there. Please leave the place because what you will hear is what you will change you, what will put you in a level you don't understand. The best thing is that stay away from their platform. Stay away from them. Because by staying away from them, their platform will also be going down. Please, my people, there is no time to waste time. There is no time to look around. The time we have is time to focus. If Donald Trump could invite our government today for his inauguration, that means that we are not what they think, what they are saying that we are. That means that the government knows the right people to follow and right people to invite, no matter what happened today. So please, all Biafrans, remember who you are. We are Biafrans. We are different people in this planet who Chukwuka Biama created on his image to always tell the truth. You remember that there is only one thing God regretted of creating is human being. He said, "Oh, I regretted creating a human being." That is why all this is happening. But inside what is happening, take your stand and stand on the right side. Never you debate of being supporting government of Biafra, because that is all we need right now. To make sure that we have our ID card, we have a name where we are. We have a name to defend. We have a country to defend. We have a country to remove us from all the evil that Nigeria is doing. Nigeria is going down day by day. It's only those who, because of the money they are making from Nigeria, are the only ones who are talking about one Nigeria. If not for their gain they are making, believe you me, they will have been come out from there. But for you who rejected the money, created the country called Nigeria, the zoo country, please continue. Don't reject it and still be part of it by looking by the side of the fallen demons who are around us. By rejecting it by standing by the government, that means that you're getting it right, my people. May Chukwuka protect all those who really stand and those who are on the right side of what we are doing. Protect Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He has suffered a lot because of this quest of Biafra restoration. Obatobie is also part of suffering for it. No matter where he is now, things are getting better by day by day. May he protect these two men, the only two men who are the real sons of Igbos, who are from Ojukwu and Cliff Effiong, and those who fight for us, our heroes who departed. These two men were not shot by these men. That is why they can receive billions of dollars. That is why they can receive billions of all the good life and decide to suffer for us to be free. Remember that they only want you your freedom. They only want a good house. They want good home. They want good government for you. They want everything good. That is all they are fighting for. Why? That is why they are suffering. May Elohim protect them and guide them. May He bless us. We are the head to listen and take instruction from the government. May our government be a better government by God's direction, not by human being direction. We must continue to do until the final day we meet ourselves in Biafra land. In life, not in dead body. I pray that School Kabia will do it or answer our prayer. Most School Kabia might pray. He said.
See. Thank you so much, my beloved brother Chinonso. Thank you for participating. Thank you for your nice message. Thank you for encouraging Biafrans. May Chukwuka Biama continue to guide and protect you. So as we continue to round up on the program of today, by special grace of Chukwuka Biama, we are still going to be here tomorrow to preach the gospel. I have to catch up with some activities because we still have life outside the struggle. We have life outside the struggle. You can see what I posted. The terrorists systematically impregnating women to breed new generation of fighters. Nigerian defense chief. This is the kind of nonsense all these people bring out. The defense chief is telling you that the terrorists systematically impregnating women to breed new generation of fighters. Yeah, they breed new generation of fighters, and what do? You recruit them into your military. These are a bunch of idiots and clowns. And when they talk, you think they have something upstairs. What is the essence of saying this? You're not making any effort to stop the terrorism. You're not making any effort to stop them. All you are doing is to come and lament online. And we see this over and over and over again. Is it today that you know that they are breeding new set of terrorists? They are breeding, and you are the one giving them an enabling environment for doing what they are doing. You give them enabling environments, you allow them to take new wives, you help them to secure amnesty for them, and do a lot of things to promote their evil agenda, and you come here to lament. Ask me, who is he talking to? And what does he want us to do? What does he want us to do? It is sad that the Zoological Republic has no plan for anybody. They have no plan for any one of us. All they are bringing against us today is attack and attack and attack. And we will definitely get out of the zoo, whether they like it or not. The time is overripe. It is already overripe. The time is overripe for us to walk out of the Zoological Republic, and we will definitely walk out. We're going to walk out, and we have a better nation, a place where we will be respected, a place where our way of life will be respected, and we will be whom we want to be. I can see Greg. You're welcome, Greg. We are rounding up. Greg, give us your speech before we round up your...
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for the good work this afternoon.
You're welcome.
Thank you for all the men in the house.
We cannot hear you anymore. We can't hear you, Greg. We can't hear you. Check your network.
You are doing a good job.
Okay. You're breaking up.
Nice.
You're breaking up. We can't hear you, Greg.
So, yeah, can you hear me now?
Okay, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. So, my brother, I don't know when we will stop the problem of the Imo, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu. So, it has been a problem that I cannot understand. But I think it's only Biafra that can solve those problems. No other thing can solve it except Biafra.
Yes.
So, the point I understand in the whole things of discussion of today is that some people are still very, very, I don't know the language to use for them, but I think they have not started telling themselves the truth. Because it's just like I watched one program from one of our sister, and the song she started with one pericoma song. But at the end of the day, you find out that she's more worse than that. Because after listening to her, you can find out that she don't even understand the parable she was making. So, because the Biafra agitation had gone beyond. Don't touch this media. Don't touch this military. The man on the ground. Don't touch this prime minister. No. Every Biafran, as I'm talking to you now, I'm at work. Sometimes when I finish work, before I go, as I'm going, I will even sometimes I will sleep on the steering. It's only God that help us out. All these things are risk. So if you are a man on the ground, you are taking the risk that God give you the grace, and you accepted it within yourself that is what you want to do. If you are in the media, it's a grace that you have accepted to do for Biafrans. So every single person is contributing onto his own level. So somebody cannot come and tell me that if our angel is misbehaving, we cannot tell him.
which are people started all this problem? They are the one who started it. And somebody is coming out to tell me that the Igbos have problem, the angels have been worship, have been praising, now you are calling them this, you are calling them that. They call themselves those names. They call themselves those names. So it's time that if you are in this agitation, you must know it's a personal sacrifice for your freedom. So I'm working, and at the same time I'm doing this. For me to make sure at the end of the month I will have something to contribute. It's my risk that I'm taking on the another way. So somebody cannot say because he's an angel, then he will be doing things that is not supposed to be done. Or if you're in media, if you are corrupt, then you go. That is what the agitation is all about. So you can't tell me because you are an angel, then you'll be misbehaving. Or because you're in media, you'll be misbehaving, then nobody will sack you. No, this is government. So that is my message I'm trying to send to that our sister. And if somebody is your sister or your brother and he's misbehaving, your duty is to call him to attention. My brother, the way you're going is not the right way. I'm not abusing or cursing anybody. That is what I'm against. I don't. I'm not in the side of person who will say when your brother is doing this, he's a criminal, he's a thief, you kill him. You did no. Those things doesn't make sense. But if my brother is having cancer, I will tell him that he have cancer. So that is if he's a criminal, I will tell him the area you're going is criminality and it's not good for you. And it's not good for me because it doesn't bring good name to me as your brother or as your sister. So I think that's supposed to be the message that sister is supposed to give. Not telling us there's a people are the people who started the problem, and you are coming here to tell me so that our sister should go and think that she is the person making that she is the answer that the so she's not a good judge. That is my message to her. So, and yeah, that is the thing we're supposed to change. People supposed to change. And when you are doing wrong, your brother call you, brother, this is not the right way. Come out. All this Imo and Anambra is when they don't have anywhere to hold something, they started all this segregation of a thing. It makes no sense. You can only tell it to people that doesn't have sense. So where we are going have nothing to do with the Bonyi, Anambra, or Imo, Enugu, or Edet, or whatever, or Calabar. Where we are going is beyond those things. Look at yesterday. I was watching the man that what do you call him, Trump, picked to be the Secretary of Defense, and this man served for 20 years in the American military. He served in Afghanistan, and most of the places he went were tough places. But come and see the way they were grilling this man. They were questioning him, telling him, how can you be a Secretary of the State when he cheated the wife? Somebody accused him of rape, this, that. And somebody is coming up here to tell us that if you are a military, nobody will ask you a question. Who are you? We are taking a risk, and I myself taking a risk. Somebody who is on the media, they're taking a risk. You leave your job as you're doing these things, it's a risk as well. So somebody cannot push a risk with only somebody that's carrying a gun. The gun you're carrying, people contributed money for that. And your uniform and your shoes and everything you're wearing. So why can't you obey the government that did those things? Why must you go outside and take extra money and they call you that what you did is not wrong and you're not trying to say, I'm sorry? Just very simple thing. If we have done it and it's not right, we are sorry. The whole matter would die. That is why the white people are growing. And somebody somewhere started calling the woman that having call you one day a name, started giving her names that not supposed. So I think we are going beyond all those human and number. For me, any person I'm talking about is that person is, I can call him a stupid person. So thank you, my brother, and continue the good work. God bless you.
Bless you more, my brother. Thank you so much. You have just hit another very important point. That is why it is always good for people to come over and air their opinion. On that I think I came across that video you're talking about. It is just how they blackmail Biafrans. They blackmail Biafrans. They cajole you to begin to believe falsehood. But we Biafrans are smart people. The same people who are looking for a sane country, and you will tell me that you'll not be held accountable when you do something wrong. I don't just follow because you are with me or because you are saying the same thing I said. Even if, as we speak, even in the government where we are, if you make a decision that doesn't augur well, I know it is not right, my conscience tells me it's not right, I am going to remind you and tell that what you are saying is wrong. I cannot say I will support you based because you are in the same path with me, or you're speaking the same language with me, or you are in the same government with me. Then when you do something wrong, I will not reprimand you, I will not talk about it. That is madness. That is madness. We will hold everybody accountable. That is why when Mazen Nandekano preached, he said he will touch everything untouchable. Mazen Nandekano preached a message to the extent that some people begin to think that he's against Christianity. People begin to accuse Mazen Nandekano and say that he is against Christianity, but he is never against Christianity. Mazen Nandekano went further to explain that he is preaching those hard messages, touching there is nothing that is untouchable. Every angle he will touch it. So that when you are fighting for your nation and defending your nation, you will not say, because my pastor called me and told me this, I will not fight again. You might be facing the enemy and somebody will give you a phone call and say, your mother will give you a phone call and say, my pastor said, and you will say, your pastor said, and you will not go. That is why you touch every angle. It doesn't matter where you are occupying, whether you are men on the air or men on the ground or men on the sea or wherever. Once you go wrong, we call you out for whom you are. Everybody will be held accountable. We touch every hard messages, we touch you and we deal with it squarely. If you don't want to be called upon, do the right thing. And when you are wrong and you're called out, come back to your senses. Apologize and come back to your senses. Even if you don't apologize, retrace your step and come back to your senses, and people will give you your accolade. There is no way you will be doing something wrong and you expect Biafran to fold their hands not to speak simply because you claim to be protecting. What are you protecting that Chukwukaba has not done before? Do you know how many people have lost their life in the defense of Biafra land? Will you work more than Ikonso have worked? Will you do more than what Ikonso have done? And he lost his life. So don't say we wouldn't. Wherever you go wrong, we will call you out. Those blackmail and propaganda doesn't touch the main Biafrans, those who know what they are doing. The only one they are going to confuse with those nonsense talk is the ignorant one. And we will continue to move on to get to our destination. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate everyone that have participated on this program. Wherever you have joined us from, I thank you for being part of the program and say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide us, protect us, secure us, and give us a reason to continue to pursue our freedom until we get to our destination. Every one of us must be ready and very ready to represent Biafra wherever we find yourself. You must be a good citizen. May Chukwu Okike protect us, protect our Deputy Prime Minister, protect our Prime Minister, and protect our Supreme in Nandekan. We pray that no weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. And we are going to end this program now to continue tomorrow with this message of Mazen Nandekan. And see you next time.
Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots.
We have decided that we design the solution that suits us. And that solution is that everything we do, since they make our country and our land very uncomfortable for us, we will bring our freedom from diaspora. And that's what we're doing today. So the enabling environment that was not created for us in Biafra land, the different countries where we reside have created that environment, and we are struggling to bring this kind of system back to our people for them to live like human beings. So we will always outsmart the terrorist state of Nigeria, where
only one under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who and who is following our prime minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out. So this moment is ordained to happen so that Biafrans will know who is who in this restoration process. So on that note, I welcome everyone.
Simon Ekpa,
Impossible.